Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the big, counterintuitive ideas from Peter Thiel's famous book, 0 to 1. This is basically a playbook for how to build the future, so let's get right into it.
So, we're going to start with a challenge. It's the same question Thiel asks to find original thinkers. And this isn't just some clever interview question, it's really a test for courage and original thought. Because finding a good answer to this, well, that's the very first step toward building something new.
That question really gets you thinking about what progress even is. And Thiel says it basically comes in two flavors. You've got 1 to N, which is taking something that already works and just making more of it. Think globalization. But then you have 0 to 1. That's the magic moment of creation. It's making something brand new. And that, he says, is technology. This image here really nails the difference. See? Horizontal progress. That's your 1 to N. It's about spreading ideas that are already out there. But vertical progress, that's 0 to 1. That's doing something nobody has ever done before. It's like the difference between inventing the very first typewriter and then setting up a factory to churn out millions of them. One is creation, the other is just scaling up. Okay, so for our first big insight, we're going to take on something that's practically a religion in business, the idea that competition is a good thing. Yeah, we're all taught that competition is what makes capitalism great, right? It pushes everyone to be better. But Thiel's take is the complete opposite. He says competition is actually destructive. It just tanks your profits and forces everyone into this endless, brutal fight for survival. The real goal, the condition of every truly successful business, is to build a monopoly. And get this, the business world isn't really a spectrum. It's pretty much one or the other. As you can see here, you're either stuck in a dog-eat-dog world of competition, think of a bunch of restaurants on the same street, where profits are tiny, or you're a monopoly. You've created something so unique that you get to set your own rules and actually plan for the future. So how in the world do you build one of these? Well, Thiel gives us a pretty clear roadmap. He says a lasting monopoly usually has these 4 things going for it. First, some kind of proprietary technology that's just way, way better than anything else. We're talking like 10 times better. Then you've got network effects, where the more people use your product, the better it gets for everyone. Think Facebook. Add in economies of scale and a super strong brand like Apple's, and you've got a fortress. All right, let's move on to our next big idea, which builds right on top of this. We're going to poke a hole in the modern obsession with just kind of winging it and see why having an actual plan is so critical. We live in this culture that's all about being lean and agile and just iterating your way forward. But Thiel's argument here is super bold. He says that having a definite plan, even if it's not perfect, is way more powerful than just drifting along and hoping for the best. A plan actually gives you control. And this is where it gets really interesting. Look at this matrix. Thiel argues that back in the day, America was all about definite optimism. We had huge concrete plans, like putting a man on the moon. But today, we've shifted to indefinite optimism. We kind of think the future will be better, but we don't have any specific plans for it. So instead of engineers creating new things, we get finance guys who are just managing and diversifying the stuff we already have. And here's the key takeaway from all that. You are not a lottery ticket. Your future isn't just about chance or luck. Success comes from deciding to take control, from mastering your future instead of just letting it happen to you. This brings us right back to where we started, to that opening question. It all comes down to this core idea that every great business, every big breakthrough is built on a secret, some important truth that most people overlook. Which is a totally fair question, right? If these amazing secrets are just lying around, why isn't everybody out there hunting for them? Well, Thiel says it's because most of us have been convinced that there are no secrets left to find. It's a collective failure of imagination. So what's stopping us? The first reason is just incrementalism. Think about it. From the moment we start school, we're trained to take one tiny, safe step at a time. You get an A for getting the next small thing right, not for trying some wild, new idea that might not even work. The second thing is just plain old risk aversion. Searching for a secret means you believe in something that nobody else does. And if you're wrong, you look like an idiot. It feels so much safer to just stick with the crowd, even if the crowd isn't really going anywhere new. Third reason, complacency. Honestly, for a lot of people in the developed world, life is pretty comfortable. If things are already good, why go through all the incredibly hard work of searching for some hidden truth that might just mess everything up? It's easier not to rock the boat.
And finally, there's this feeling of flatness that comes from globalization. The world feels like one big competitive market, so we think, hey, if there was some amazing discovery to be made, wouldn't someone in China or India, someone smarter and more driven, have already found it? And that belief stops us from even trying. So, where should you start looking for these secrets? Thiel says there are two main places to dig. First, ask yourself, what are the secrets of nature? What about the physical world do we not yet understand? And second, just as important, what are the secrets about people? What do people want that they don't even know how to ask for? Okay, let's pull all these big ideas together into something you can actually use. This is the payoff, a simple 7-question checklist that Thiel uses to size up any new business. And here they are. These are the 7 questions every founder has to be able to answer. It starts with engineering. Is your tech a real breakthrough? And timing. Is the world ready for it? Then you've got your monopoly strategy, your people, and distribution. And he pushes you to think long-term. Durability. Will you still be around in 20 years? And it all comes back to the most important one, the secret question. What unique insight is this all built on? A good company can probably answer 5 or 6 of these. But a truly great, a 0 to 1 company, they have a solid answer for all 7. In the end, this book is so much more than just business advice. It's really a call to action. It's a challenge to all of us to stop waiting for the future to happen and to start taking responsibility for building the kind of future we actually want to live in. Because that's really the first and most important step. Before you can ever go from 0 to 1, you have to learn to think for yourself. So we're ending right back where we started. What important truth do you know that almost nobody agrees with you on? Finding your answer to that, that's how it all begins.